Tēnā koutou. O te tuatahi ka mihi, ka tika ka me mihi ki a takutau ana ki kua whēturangi tia, a mui mai rā, e te maraikura. Today I'm speaking on behalf of the Royal Australasian College of Physicians and its Māori Health Committee. We strongly oppose the Regulatory Standards Bill of 2025. We believe this bill poses a serious threat to public health, Māori health equity, and the constitutional integrity of Aotearoa New Zealand. The RACP has a long-standing commitment to public health and health equity. We are deeply concerned that the bill's principles exclude any reference to hauora, health, well-being, and te taiao or environmental protections. It prioritises property rights over the public good, limiting the government's ability to regulate in the interest of health and equity. It ignores Te Tiriti o Waitangi, failing to uphold the Crown's obligations to Māori. This bill risks entrenching systemic inequities, particularly for Māori, and undermines decades of progress in public health regulation. We foresee very significant risks to public health in this bill. The bill's framework, particularly Clause 8, requires ministers to justify any regulation that may interfere with property rights, impose levies, or limit freedoms. Critically, the bill excludes public health, human welfare, and environmental protection from its guiding principles. It requires ministers and agencies to justify any inconsistency with Clause 8's principles, creating a chilling effect on future legislation. For context, about 80% of all health outcomes actually come from outside of traditional healthcare, which we generally call the social determinants of health. This bill will discourage or delay public health measures such as tobacco and alcohol controls, clean air laws, or housing standards. It enables commercial interests to seek compensation for regulations that protect public health and undermines efforts to address the social determinants of health. Examples of light-handed regulation already harming health include Aotearoa's damp, cold housing stock, contributing to respiratory illnesses, the rapid rise of youth vaping, and the overconsumption of unhealthy food and alcohol. As far back as 1856, Waikato and Waipa chiefs protested to the Parliament of the day. If they were not heard then, how will they be heard now if this bill were to come into law? The RACP has consistently supported regulatory measures that reduce harms and relieve pressures on our overstretched health system. The bill would make such measures harder to implement at the overall cost of our society. The Regulatory Standards Bill's failure to reference Te Tiriti o Waitangi or Māori rights is not just a symbolic omission, it has practical and harmful consequences for Māori health and well-being. Clause 8's narrow set of principles prioritise individual and corporate interests, not collective well-being. There is plenty of evidence for targeting services for Māori. It is evidence-based, and the treaty gives it special status to do so as well. If we can't get it right now, then adding the impact of liberty, security of property rights will not help this. For Māori, regulations that protect whenua, the land, wai, water, and tūranga waiwai, their home place, essential to Māori identity and health, could be weakened or blocked. Efforts to improve housing standards, reduce tobacco and alcohol harm, or regulate unhealthy food environments could be challenged as inconsistent with those property rights. The government's ability to respond to systemic health inequities, such as the 7 to 8 year life expectancy gap between Māori and non-Māori, we believe would be severely constrained. This bill follows a disturbing trend, including the disestablishment of Te Ako Whaiora in 2024, which dismantled a treaty-based approach to Māori health leadership. It entrenches a model of government that ignores Māori values, undermines tino rangatiratanga, and prioritises corporate profit over Indigenous well-being. We consistently say in health that if you get it right for Māori, you get it right for all. A culturally safe and responsive health system is safe for Asian, Indian, black, white, rainbow. This bill is in contradiction to that, as not everyone has the intergenerational wealth, and by that I mean intellectual wealth as well, to prosper in the society. This bill, we believe, will make it impossible to push that needle as health professionals try to design safe and effective systems to improve people's lives and outcomes. Walk a week in my shoes and you would see the true effect that intergenerational trauma has caused. Only by lifting those less fortunate up will our society truly prosper as one. I had a 37-year-old Māori man see me the other day. He had the heart of an 80-year-old, but just thought he had asthma. Trying to implement health reforms for him may find that the cost outweighs the benefit, but for him no amount of cost can compare to what has been done for him now. How can we as a society allow this type of lawmaking influence how our healthcare is delivered? We are not asking for Te Reti to be added to this bill. We are asking for this bill to be scrapped entirely. The bill also disregards He Whakaputunga o Te Rangatiratanga o Nutirini, the UN Declaration of Rights of Indigenous Peoples, and the Mātiki Mai Report, which outlines a vision for constitutional transformation grounded in tikanga, inclusion, and relational government. Mātiki Mai calls for a future where Māori and the Crown co-govern based on mutual respect. This bill entrenches a Western, individualistic, legal framework that prioritises private property over collective well-being, directly contradicting Mātiki Mai's principles. This is entirely inappropriate for ensuring Māori health and equity. To ensure Māori health and equity, we need fair and proper consultation with Māori. This has just not occurred. The Waitangi Tribunal's interim report on the Regulation Standards Bill, Y3470, released in May 2025, provides a clear and urgent warning about the bill's constitutional and treaty implications. The Tribunal found that the Crown failed to consult Māori in good faith during the development of the bill, breaching the treaty principles of partnership and active protection. The bill, if enacted without meaningful engagement, would constitute a breach of Te Reti o Waitangi, particularly because it seeks to influence how Parliament makes law, an inherently constitutional matter that directly affects Māori. The absence of consultation has already caused prejudice to Māori, including stress, uncertainty, and damage to Crown-Māori relationships, which is critical to ensuring Māori health and equity. For us in health, we would never go through to try and integrate any sort of health reform without first asking the people who this would influence. And this has clearly shown that this hasn't happened with this bill. While the Regulatory Standards Bill claims to strengthen New Zealand's legal and governance framework, it starkly contradicts several existing laws and public health commitments that explicitly recognise Te Reo Waitangi and the need to address Māori health inequities. For example, the Paiwara Act 2022 requires Health New Zealand to maintain systems that understand and respond to Te Reo Waitangi, kaupapa Māori services, cultural safety, mātauranga Māori, and Māori perspectives on health services. Similarly, the Ministry of Health's Te Reo Waitangi framework outlines foundational goals such as mana whakahaere, mana motuhaki, mana tangata, and mana Māori. These frameworks are designed to uphold the Crown's obligation under Te Tiriti and to actively protect Māori health and well-being. Yet the Regulatory Standards Bill makes no reference to this, ignores Māori rights and interests, and prioritises property rights and commercial interests over collective health and well-being. We urge the subcommittee to reject the Regulatory Standards Bill. We call for a Te Tiriti-based health impact assessment guided by the principles of Mātiki Mai and meaningful consultation with Māori health leaders and iwi. Legislation must hold equity, justice, and Te Reo Waitangi, not entrench corporate privilege at the expense of public health and Indigenous well-being. We're not asking for Te Reo to be added to this bill. We're asking for this bill to be scrapped entirely. There are other ways to do this. The RACP stands firmly against any legislative framework that compromises the health and rights of Māori and public health generally. We ask to protect the integrity of our public health system and honour its obligations to tangata whenua. With that, I'm happy to take any questions.
Thank you, Dr. Matt. There doesn't appear to be any questions for you. Yes, Dr. Deborah Russell.
I just want to say thank you for that fantastic submission. It was really powerful, and I appreciate you and the college making the time to put it together and present it to us.
Thank you.
Okay, all right. Well, thanks for coming in. We appreciate your oral and written submission.
Okay, right. So before I head off for now, I'm sure I'm required to come back later, aren't I, Sam?
Oh, yes, please, yes. And I think someone's discovered that they are now a moderator.
Oh, Shaz, welcome to the team.
Yes. I just went and when I was at base and I was like, she could be a moderator.
Yeah, Shaz, good pick. Yes. Okay.
Well, Kiwi Skirt has said we need to expand the team. I'm still waiting for her other recommendation to appear in the chat.
Yes, welcome to the team, Shaz. Thank you for taking some of that workload off Kiwi Skirt. It's, Kiwi Skirt was modding everywhere, and I was getting a bit concerned for a while. It's like, Kiwi Skirt, you're doing too much. Yeah.
While trying to maintain a full-time job and go house hunting.
Yeah, it's like, no, it's too much. But also to going off the same vein as sharing is caring. When you have a safety net, right, social safety net that focuses on Māori, it's a big net because it targets all corners of society, right? Māori historically, including my own mother. Now, I was very lucky. I was born into a middle class family, but my mother wasn't. But any kind of social safety net that she received also benefited her Pākehā father, right? It also benefited people that lived near her as well. But yes, this is part of the reason why it's important to have these big social safety nets that target Māori, because Māori are pro-collectivization. We love sharing. We love sharing stuff. We love sharing our opinion. We love sharing our resources. We even like sharing the land. How very nice. Te Tiriti, that was a great document based about, that had sharing built into it. We like sharing, but we also don't like being treated like trash. And unfortunately, the Crown has history of treating Māori like dicks. Treating Māori like trash, because the Crown can be a bit of a dick. And Seymour is a bit of a dick because he doesn't like sharing. Because, what kind of a person who likes sharing makes a bill like this? Yeah. It's like, well,
we just want to sit at the bloody table, for God's sake,
we don't want a Rolls Royce and a penthouse mansion. We just want a seat at the table and you to respect me.
Here's the problem. Seymour's taken away the table, given it to the corporations because he thinks corporations can make money out of it.
Yeah.
Next, we're giving away the sleepers in the middle of the railway tracks to hold the railway tracks together.
Oh, it's good firewood there. You can sell that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, knowing him, he'll try and sell off for the hungies. Because our railway sleepers are good for hungies.
Oh, yeah. You get extra money. Yeah, you get more Māori, get more Māori money.
Yeah. Oh, but that was a great submission. Wow, well done. They've all just been amazing. The effort they put in, all these bloody bots and AI sitting there, Yeah,
look at all these bots.
Yeah.
So many bots.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
I'm going to make that a T-shirt, Sam, for the show, for it's in the ballot. I am a submission bot. Beep boop.
Yeah. So you're ready for your break?
I am ready for my break. My brain is turning into melted plastic. I'm getting my words mixed up already. So, yes. time for a break.
And are we going to keep you for another hour?
Me?
Yeah.
Hang around.
Yeah, well, okay, I'll hang around. I should be. I've been invited to eat with the kids, and I should really go and eat with the kids. But who's on with you at the moment?
We'll have Nick Rani. He's going to be joining us for the next hour.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll see what I'm doing. I might be able to pop back in after or something.
No problem.
Eat kai fire. You go eat kai with your kids.
Oh, it's been awesome. Thank you guys so much.
No problem. No problem. Okay, we'll be back in a couple of minutes' time.
Okay, goodbye.